We're going to be studying Southwest Asia, and what you see in front of you is a older version of a map of Southwest Asia, but not much has changed in terms of its borders in the past 15 or 20 years. So we're going to use this old map simply because it's pretty neat and easy to see. Southwest Asia is going to be the area that is being circled right here. And we're going to focus on those areas for this unit. The Soviet Union doesn't exist anymore. It's now called Russia. We're not going to be studying that. And these countries over here that are in Africa, we won't be studying as well. So the area that we will be studying, again, is this area that I'm circling on the screen right now. Your map is not going to look this neat. That's okay. What we will do is teach you how to label the maps because you're going to make two, a political map and a physical map. What you're looking at here is a physical map and a political map of the region Southwest Asia. In the upper left-hand corner of the screen, with the red dot right now, is your physical map. You can see that by the title at the top of the page. In the bottom right-hand corner of the screen is your political map. And again, the title is right here. It doesn't say political map, but a map that has capital cities and major cities is going to be viewed as a political map for us. If I zoom in on the physical map, you'll notice a couple things. Mountains are labeled clearly and are shaded in brown. With this map, they already have the mountains drawn in, so it's going to be difficult sometimes to see your writing. I had to go over my writing a few times just to make sure that I could see it. Rivers are going to be blue, and other bodies of water will be blue as well. Instead of coloring everything blue, that's a body of water. So if you take a look at the arrow here, everything here should be shaded blue, but we don't want to waste crayons, so we're just going to shade around the title of the body of water. For instance, the Arabian Sea, make sure you can see the title, shade around it. The Red Sea, make sure you can see the title, shade around it. That goes with your mountains too. You can shade over the name, but make sure that you can see it. This is a study tool. The last thing we're going to take a look at are the deserts, the Syrian desert and the Rub' al Khali. I used a combination of yellow, orange, and brown to shade those in. If we take a look at the political map, you can see that capital cities are labeled in red: Baghdad, Tehran, Kabul, Riyadh, and the names of the countries are written in all capitals: Afghanistan, Iran, Yemen, Saudi Arabia, to name a few. We're going to highlight the names of the countries as well because I want you to know those more than the capital cities. When you color a political map, you want to keep a rule that countries that touch one another cannot be shaded the same color. So if you look at Saudi Arabia, we colored it blue. That means any country that borders Saudi Arabia, such as Yemen, Oman, the United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Kuwait, Iraq, and Jordan, cannot be blue. Another example of that is Iran. We colored Iran green. It can't be colored, any country that borders Iran can't be colored green. So Afghanistan is orange, Iraq is red, and Turkey is brown. Instead of shading everything in, what some students typically do is they just shade along the borders. That is totally acceptable, especially when you consider the amount of names that you're going to have to add to this map. Last but not least, when you think about some of these countries, you have Lebanon right here, Israel, Kuwait is another small country, Qatar, Bahrain. All of those countries are very small, and it isn't really possible to write the names inside of the borders, which is one of our rules. You want to write the name of the country inside the border. For countries like Iran, Afghanistan, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia, that's very easy because the countries are large. But for these countries like Israel and Lebanon, what we'll do is we'll draw a line outside of the country and label the name of the country so that you can see it clearly when you're using this to study from. It shouldn't be very hard or take too long to do this. I completed both of these in less than 25 minutes. If you have any questions on how to label or color these, please make sure that you see me or Ms. Swope or Mrs. Conrad. Each of you are going to receive a piece of paper that has physical map labels and political map labels that you need to put on your map. The physical map labels for this worksheet will be on the left side. The political map labels are on the right side of the paper, and they're going to be clearly labeled: political map, physical map. What we want to do with these labels is put them on the corresponding maps. So for your physical features, which are here on the left side, they will go on your physical map. We typically use the colors green, blue, and brown to label those physical maps. A political map has the names of countries and capital cities. We're going to ask you only to label the countries, but if you want to go ahead and label the capital cities, that would probably help you out as well. This might look like a lot of labels to put on a map, but at the end of the day, you're going to find that you'll be able to remember these pretty easily once you've studied the maps. In a political map, please remember the names of the countries, such as Turkey, Syria, Israel, Jordan, etc., should all be labeled in all caps, underlined, and highlighted on the map. Physical maps are going to be a little bit different. Rivers like the Tigris River, the Euphrates River, we're going to label in blue, as well as other bodies of water like the Gulf of Aden, the Red Sea, the Arabian Sea, the Gulf of Oman, and the Persian Gulf. Mountains like the Pontic Taurus, Zagros, Elburz, the Hindu Kush, and the Hejaz Azir will all be colored brown or shaded brown. And something like the Arabian Peninsula, we're not going to give a color because that's just a landform that you should know by shape. We're going to use two resources to make those maps: The World and the People, The World and Its People, which is your textbook. The easiest place to look is page 458 and 459. That's your regional atlas, and you'll see a physical map and a political map for the region we're studying. We're also going to use the new blues, our blue atlases. If you open it up and you go to pages 96 and 97, again, you'll see the region that we're studying, a political map on one side and a physical map on the other. Everything that you need to label is located in these two resources, so don't be afraid to ask us for help if you can't find something.